good morning.
Yes, so it has been a crazy couple of days and getting acclimated to kind of the temperature and the time difference.
Yeah, definitely the time difference. We're 6 hours different from Grenada, which we're accustomed to, and 10 hours difference in Idaho and Pacific Standard Time,
right,
which I'm accustomed to.
And most of our families, so when we're trying to message our friends and families that are abroad, we have to be mindful of it, or sometimes we just send them a WhatsApp message and when they see it.
Yeah,
because,
more than anything.
Yeah, but it have, even though it have been a little bit getting used to for me with the climate and the lack of humidity, so I've been congested a lot, but thank God I have worked with my Auntie Estelene and Sudafed, which have been my friend, but nevertheless we are really thankful to just be here.
Yes, it has been a whirlwind week. We hit the ground running. A lot of meetings. We had a lot of meetings, which were essential. We want to make sure we're doing this right. And we will, like we mentioned in previous videos, we want to make sure we're doing it the way they want it done. And these meetings are essential in order to make sure that happens.
Right, so, and we want to be above board in everything, right? Even though none of our donors or anything like that have been asking us, okay, we want to see how you spend this money. Nevertheless, we want to be good stewards of the money that have been given to us,
and 100%
transparent, exactly, because more than anything else, we are representing Christ. And just like where I'm working, I want to be a good employee and represent my company properly. We are serving an almighty God who is the best employer ever. Amen. But nevertheless, we want to make sure that we represent him well, and that anybody could look at our books, could look at how we spend money and see that how we spend it well.
Yes.
So we did have, as Chris said, a lot of meetings. We did meet Mr. Botoka, which I think means Miss Better.
Miss Better.
Right.
Yep.
He is one of the founders of Modimo. All right. So Mr. Botoka, he how it apparently started in 2006. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He actually was he and his fiancée at that time was giving food to the children who they saw digging in the bins and eating from the bins. So you could imagine how heartbreaking that was, seeing that these kids doing that.
So they would feed them a meal, as they could.
Right.
And then, getting to know some of these children that were living on the street.
Yes, and it so happened that he went to buy a Bible, and they didn't have the Bible there at the time, so they sent him to the person who was selling the Bible home. And when he went there, it was Marute and Mama Marute home. And they saw the same children that they were helping. And
eating at Marute and Mama Marute's house.
Yep.
And they were, the wife, the fiancée, she says,
come quick and see this.
She called Botoka up and said, you have to see this. Come, the children are here.
Right.
The place that I'm trying to get this Bible.
Right, exactly. And to me, and Mr. Botoka said that it was like the hand of God and putting them together, because they didn't know about each other previously. And since then, they have been serving the kids and the community.
So the it's not hierarchy, but the Modimo directors, there's 3 of them: Mr. Botoka, Mama Marute, and Marute. So they make up the Modimo Charity Center.
Okay, and it does have some other volunteers. And it's so cute when you saw their logo. It is a picture of Botswana, the shape of the country of Botswana, with Mama Marute. It's not really her, but a likeness of her with 3 kids around her holding her dress. And it is so touching because, she have a background in teaching kids. And
21 years.
Yeah, 21 years. Yeah, and to see that she have this love for these kids, that is not just an employment thing, that she extended her family and opened her arms to all these kids. So talk a little bit about the meeting, Bobs.
So the meeting was amazing. We started out, we got some plans. Mama Marute, she showed up with the original plans that were drawn back in 2013, and she brought those so that we could take a look at them.
Right in Sissy.
Yep, and we were on the property under the tree, spread them out on the hood of the car that we're being driven by, and we went through those plans, myself, Mr. Batoka, and a couple of our two drivers. One of them has a construction background, so just kind of looked those over, and I hadn't actually seen that set of plans yet. So that was, yeah, I was really interested to see, you know, the nitty-gritty of what they were trying to create. So it was wonderful. That's also when we found out that we didn't have all the plans. Like the site plan was not there, and the site plan involves, you know, the setbacks from the boundary of the property, you know, where you can build, where you're not allowed to build, and the layout of how the buildings would be stationed in on that plot of land.
All right.
So we were able to discuss that and make a plan for what we were going to do, what was going to be next, what we needed to do to make sure everything was in order and on board.
Right, I'm sorry for disturbing you, Philip, but then we also, Hagiso from the Nine Association brought down Bernard, who is our project manager. So we did meet him on WhatsApp. We had a meeting on WhatsApp a few months ago, but meeting him in person and hearing him speak and asking him questions, and he have a wealth of knowledge. He have a background in construction, project management.
He's the right guy for this.
Yes.
Absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt. We have so much comfort and
confidence.
Peace, peace and confidence in what Mr. Bernard brings to the table.
Right, and we have been praying for this, and Kadiso had introduced him to us, and he's not taking this for salary. You understand? He's doing it for the goodness of his heart. You know, he's not asking for anything. He just wants to see his country flourish and do well, and communities, you know. And he lives at least 2 hours away from Sissy, and he is here. So we are thankful, and we thank God for Kaniso, the Nine Association, for Mr. Bernard, for all the persons who making this up, who making this possible.
Yes.
Right? It is so incredible to see the hand of God, you know, putting all of us together. We were able to go on the property, so we had our meeting, right, which part La Modimo is taking care of the kids right now. But we went onto the property, and it had a bunch of brush and all that there.
Shrubs everywhere, small trees, nothing really over 10 feet tall. Yeah. But the whole plot was covered.
Right. Yeah. The one that was about over 10 feet tall was the one we were shading under.
Yeah, we would stand underneath it and have our meetings and discuss how things were supposed to look and lay out.
Right. And at the end of it all is that we didn't end up focusing on getting an excavator because we want it to be a community thing. We just don't want it to just come in and say, okay, this is how it has to be done, and we want, no, at the end of the day we want community involvement, because this is their home. We go back to a different place, but they will be here 24/7, 365. So it is important that the kids, the community, be involved and see their community grow and flourish.
And see that this is not just lip service either. You know, that this is taking part, taking place now.
Right.
It is finally underway because they've heard that all before.
Right.
And like I mentioned in the last video, you know, I was pretty excited to get into an excavator and to get, you know, cracking on that thing, to just get digging and
but that was your will.
Yeah, exactly. That was all me, and I had opportunity to run some heavy equipment. You bet I'm going to jump on that, but God had a better plan for us, and that was to, like Arlene said, get the community involved and have other people come out and see and do with their hands as well.
Right, exactly. And so in the end, we decided that we will let it be a community involvement.
Yep. No excavator going to be involved.
And we left it at that.
And we made plans to go to the planning office. Yeah, the planning office. So on Wednesday, December the 28th, we had to leave early in the morning at 6 a.m. our time in order to get to the planning office, which is about 2 hours away, 126 kilometers from where we stay. We had to get up and get going, and we picked up the gentleman that did all the drawings, our draftsman.
Mm-hmm. His name is Acclimating.
And we also picked up Mama Barute and our driver, Iseho.
Yes. So it was 5 of us in the car. It was a full trip, but nevertheless, we had a plan in our mind, and our goal was to make sure we get that stamp from the planning office.
Absolutely. And so when we arrived to Mabusane, I believe it's the name of the, I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I'm butchering the name of the town, but when we arrived there, they were just opening up. It was about 8 a.m. and we were able to get right into the office. We had meetings with some of the gentlemen that were running the offices and the planning and the coordinating, and we learned that what we had was a plan from 2013 that was stamped in 2013 for approval.
Right. But the thing is, we knew about that stamp before.
Yes.
We just thought that would have been as simple as going in and getting another stamp, and that was it.
Yes. And that was not the case. So if you have not begun construction on the plot that the site is drawn for, within 2 years of the date of that stamp becomes null and void. So you are no longer able to utilize those plans. You have to go back and resubmit plans and get another stamp. And that was the case here, that nothing had been done since 2013, just the plans were approved and stamped. So we had to go back and have the plans redrawn and resubmit them.
Yes. But you know, the gentlemen there, they were very friendly. They were trying to be very accommodating. But laws were changed, so the plans just couldn't be stamped. You know, planning laws had changed a little bit. But the 2 gentlemen, as I said, we met with, they were very accommodating, and they said this was the first time they had an outside organization coming to this part of Botswana, willing to work with other stakeholders to do something like this. And you know,
first time ever in the history of the Southern District.
Right.
Ever.
And to me, my thing is that, okay, once this door is open, once we get approved, my hope and my prayer is that other organizations and other people will want to come and do things like this. We shouldn't just be the first and that's it. There should be a continuing thing going on here. And the gentleman, as I said, one of the things that they mentioned was that once we bring in the new plans, right, which is this coming, Wednesday the 4th?
Wednesday, January the 4th,
right.
We will come back and resubmit these plans.
Yeah. And what they will do is have an emergency meeting to get it approved, so it wouldn't have that delay. Since we are leaving Botswana on the 9th and they're trying to push it, expedite it, for it to be approved before we leave, and we are thankful for that. So that's why you will see me sending out prayer requests, asking persons to pray that the process goes smoothly without any issues, and that we will get approved so that we can start the building as soon as possible.
Yes. So by Monday, January the 3rd, we should have all the plans redrawn and have them submitted to the architect for his approval.
First.
We have to have the architect approve them, and then we can take them to the council. So that is our prayer, is that everything goes smooth, like Arlene said, and the next video that you get to see here, one of the next videos will be of an approved plans.
Right. So please, guys, continue to keep us in prayer. We are thankful for you. We truly appreciate you. And just keep following us in this journey called life so that you will see everything that we are doing all for the glory of God.
Yes, because again, it's not about us. It's all about the Lord.
Yes, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Chat soon.
See you on the next one.